Welcome, wrestling fans. Welcome to Curtain Jerkin. As always, I'm your host, Jacob Grondy, reporting for the Main Event Marks YouTube channel. You can also check me out on Spotify. However you're listening to my voice, I appreciate it. And let's just dive right into it, guys. We got Money in the Bank review. I'm going to be doing a lot of G1 stuff coming up here. Gonna hopefully be talking a lot about that. But we're going to be going into WWE Money in the Bank, a lot of newsworthy stuff. Let's go into the stuff that happened maybe prior to or in between the matches and prior to the matches. I don't know who that guy was singing off the top of the show, but I thought that was a nice touch doing "Oh Canada," Metro Boomin, and Cody Rhodes Stakeout to promote the event happening October 5th. Bad Blood. I guess it wasn't that that was the show that Paul White debuted and threw Stone Cold Steve Austin through the cage, injuring him, hurting him, and then but also winning the match and beating Vince McMahon because of it. So maybe they'll do something like that again. Who knows? Trish coming out introducing John Cena. This was kind of the news of the show. He came out, I think, at Money in the Bank last year during the UK when they were in the UK. But he didn't come out and have news like this last year. 2025 will be Cena's last year. Las Vegas, WrestleMania 41 will be John Cena's last year. God damn, I just listened to the press conference, and I was expecting there to be more news, but there wasn't news. It's just kind of it, man. It makes sense. He is kind of slowing down, and why not retire like this? Why not retire like Kobe, where you have to, you can do that victory lap, and then why not retire at WrestleMania like Ric Flair should have, like Kurt Angle did? It just makes sense, and it makes me think back on my whole life. Like I remember when I was a kid, I went to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway to see a Formula One race with my dad, and Ohio Valley Wrestling was just down the road, so we went to it, I think in between the qualifying day and the race day. We went to Ohio Valley Wrestling. We saw the Prototype tag team with Rico Constantino facing off against Nick Dinsmore and Bobby Eaton. And the Prototype, if you guys don't know, is John Cena. So I never thought he would become like this, but I did know that he would be a big star. And then we saw him on TV, and me and my dad were actually, because we saw him in Ohio Valley that one night, we're fans from the jump. I know it took him a while, and then he started doing the rapping gimmick, and everyone fell in love with him. I gotta admit, I did get tired of him for a long period of time. I was, a Cena hater for a long period of time. But then there was something that happened where you kind of you realized you loved booing him, and then you realized you just loved him, and you just cheered for him, and he was the best. He won us over. It took him a decade, but he finally won, I would say, this smarky internet crowd over, and then he just kind of became a legend for the last, I would say, 5 years. He became a legend. I look back at his U.S. title run where he did the U.S. title challenge. That was the first time we got to see Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Pac, all wrestle. Cody Rhodes had a big match there when he was Stardust. So this U.S. title challenge, I think, in historical references, is a bigger deal now than it was then, but I loved it then. And then they try to recreate it a lot in AEW, but I don't think it lives up to that big match John U.S. title run feel. But let's get into it, guys. Let's rank every single match from worst to first, as we do on this show. There's 5 matches. I love this WWE format. 5 matches, and the worst match on the show, just making the top 5 out of 5. The women's Money in the Bank match. Naomi always has a good entrance. Zoe Stark, no pop. Lia Valkyria, coming through the smoke. You kind of watching her and Carmelo Hayes here the most in these Money in the Bank ladder matches, because they're stars in NXT. This is their first big shot in WWE, kind of. Tiffany Stratton comes out. Chelsea Green decked out in Canada gear. Io Sky, 6 song. I think sometimes that song just hits for some reason. Wild sloppy spot backdrop from Lyra Valkyria. Then they drop Io on a ladder again. This was kind of crazy. Starks does some kind of crazy Phoenix splash type thing. She ends up just hitting her head, missing the ladder completely. Chelsea Green has a fear of heights. That was kind of an interesting plot point, kind of funny. Valkyria hanging upside down. And then able to do just kind of a pull up, catching Io in a suplex, bringing her down. That was kind of nice. And then Zoe boots her in the tummy to have her fall down. I like that spot. That was a good spot. All the other spots were kind of sloppy and awkward. Not gonna lie. Crowd getting behind Naomi as she brings a table into play. Zoe and drops Lyra Valkyria again. Some sort of sloppy bullshit. I can't even tell who was on offense and who was on defense here with Chelsea Green and Naomi, but they get taken out somehow. Io kills Zoe with a pile driver off a ladder onto a ladder. Chelsea goes up top. Tiffy meets her and pushes her all the way from the top of the ladder over the top rope and through those tables that they were setting up on the outside earlier in the match. This was the spot of the match. This was the great culmination finish here with Tiffany Stratton winning. I give this match a 3, but the finish is and the entrances are all of those points here. The crowd didn't really care that it was sloppy. They were cheering. So I would say between the crowd, the entrances, and the finish, that's how it got a 3. And of course, I do this ranking system out of 9, so it's not really that good of a score, but that's what I give it here. It was a fun, sloppy 3, though. I would say it wasn't a boring 3. You're watching it, and it really wasn't that good of wrestling, but it was kind of you were more intrigued about what's going to happen. If they just fuck that up, what else are they going to fuck up? Let's stay tuned. Number 4, the world title match. That's right. The entrances, Seth had Toronto singing, looking ridiculous, had him at the palm of his hands. Priest comes out with the skull on the shoulder. Didn't like that. That looked like a Halloween costume. Rollins' first match since Mania. Quick pace to start things off here. Frog splash 1, 2, strike battle back and forth. Priest comes out on top. Weakest stomp ever from Rollins here. The curb stomp gets a 2 count. Rollins superplex roll through Falcon Arrow gets another 2 count. This was bullshit here. Priest did not kick out of this move. So it was 1, 2. I don't know what they mistimed. I don't know if Drew McIntyre's song was supposed to hit, but Priest did not kick out of this move. He just kind of laid there, and the ref just stopped counting. So right as this match is supposed to pick up, the crowd turns on this match. Drew McIntyre's music does hit, so and I guess with this ranking system, it kind of exposes something else, but he won the Money in the Bank earlier that night, so he's coming out with the briefcase, and he's looking to cash in. Forgive my heating and AC, but he's looking to cash in, and right then and there, the music kind of hits, so people kind of lose track of who and who didn't kick out of a Falcon Arrow a few seconds prior, but that did kind of take me out of this match here, and that's probably why it's ranked at number 4 and not 1 or 2. Drew coming out with the briefcase and makes it a triple threat match. This is the second time this has happened where you can enter in something and it becomes a triple threat match. The first time was Seth Rollins when he cashed in Money in the Bank at WrestleMania 31. And then Punk shows up out of nowhere attacking McIntyre with the chair, but then looks at the title, brings it in the ring, clocks Drew McIntyre again with the title. South of Heaven, 1, 2, 3. Priest retains the world title, and I rank this a 4. Seth is pissed at Punk after the match. Punk not backing down. I mean, it would make sense if after Drew and Punk at SummerSlam, we go into this match at Survivor Series, and then you can play into how Seth reacted to CM Punk coming back last year at Survivor Series, and then you have a nice little feud going on here, I think. I don't know. All the storyline stuff was great, but the fact that you didn't kick out at 2 kind of took it out of me. This is a world title match. You can't have shit like that happen. Number 3, the Intercontinental title match. Braun kind of comes out to little to no fanfare. Not the same for Sami Zayn. He comes out. They're singing along. They're having fun. Slow pace at the early going of this one, trying to figure out how to get around the power of Breakker. It seems like if you're a Sami fan, Sami hits a moonsault to the floor, awkwardly landing on Breakker, but landing on Breakker. Breakker with the upper hand, doing push-ups here, kind of taking a little bit from his uncle here. Goes to the outside. Zayn able to fight him off. Back in the ring, back outside the ring. Zayn is trying to hit that diving through the ropes DDT, but gets cut off with a huge lariat from Braun Breakker. I'm blanking on everything here. Blue Thunder Bomb. We all know the rule. That is a 2 count here. Frankensteiner 1-2. Sami Zayn kicks out. Exploder by the champion. Huge spear from Breakker. Huge, it takes the straps off. It's like the crowd almost knows what's happening. They're booing the challenger here. Sami fights him off again, though. Hits a haluva kick. 1, 2, 3. Sami retains the title. I was surprised here. I thought they were putting the title on Breakker. I give this match a 5. Almost a 6. It was almost a 6, but I keep it at a 5, and it's ranked number 3, making the podium. The number 2 best match on the show. I already told you the ending. Men's Money in the Bank. Entrances. I stopped watching week to week, but it seems like Jey Uso is even more over from where he was in France. Lots of shirts, lots of signs. Everyone feeling his entrance. I think maybe he had the most shirts and signs out of anyone. I would maybe say maybe Cody and you'd put that up there with Cody and John Cena, but he's in rarefied air as far as the pop he gets coming out. Andrade with the opposite. He came out to no reaction. LA Knight still over. Yeah. Chad Gable, Carmelo Hayes, Drew McIntyre definitely got a gasp as his song came out. And then you got light CM Punk chants, almost foreshadowing what everyone knew, that CM Punk was going to attack this man after CM Punk attacked him in Scotland, and then he attacked him on SmackDown. Interesting shit. Drew going up, Gable locking in the armbar, Andrade with the springboard leg drop to break up the armbar that was locked in over top of the last rung of a ladder. Great spot. Reverse Spanish fly from Andrade to Carmelo Hayes on a ladder. This looked snug. This looked stiff. Gable locks in an ankle lock to stop Carmelo Hayes from climbing. I like this, how he's locking in holds on top of the ladder. Makes it look spectacular, but also fits his personality in wrestling. Carmelo Hayes climbing. He gets cut off. Strike battle up top between LA Knight and Jey Uso. So the crowd is doing the yeet, yeah thing. Yeet, yeah, yeet, yeah, back and forth. Very silly, but still cool. Andrade hits a sunset flip over the ladder to Carmelo Hayes through a ladder. This was wild. Gable belly to belly LA Knight over the top rope to a ladder that was being perched on the apron and the announcer's desk. Drew lawn darts a ladder at Jey, knocking Jey off the ladder. Then Drew gets the Money in the Bank title. No CM Punk at this point, where people thought he was going to attack him here, but he did not attack him here. He let him get the Money in the Bank. He cashed it in, and then CM Punk attacked him later on in the night. I give this match a solid 6. And that leaves only one match to talk about. The main event, 6-man tag. Entrances. The Bloodline revealed that it's Tama Tonga, Jacob Fatu, and Solo in this match. Tonga Loa not wrestling, just sitting at ringside wearing, a nice suit. KO comes out first for his team, gets that Canada pop. Randy next, huge pop, everyone's singing along. Cody, biggest pop of the night, I gotta say. Entrances were there, big fight feel was there. Cody and Tama Tonga start things off. Quick tag to KO, back to Cody. Randy in, Tama Tonga in trouble. Jacob Fatu tags in, Randy now in trouble. Solo tags in, crowd into shitting on the Bloodline here. As the Bloodline is on offense here, they're chanting, fuck you Solo. They're chanting, we want Roman. Kevin Owens needs a tag, but Tongaleo makes his presence known by running around, pulling Randy off the apron so no one can make a tag until Cody gets that hot tag, of course, diving on everyone, taking out Tongaloa. Jacob goes over the barricade and almost takes out the doctor sitting at ringside. Spear, 1-2, Cody kicks out, ref down, crossroads, action spills toward the announcer's desk, and the ref gets taken out again. Kevin Owens frog splash through the announcer's table. Package pile driver. Low blow cuts it off from Tongaloa. So Tongaloa gave a low blow. RKO to Loa. RKO to Tama. Spike to Randy Orton from Solo. Crossroads. Another crossroads. Going for a third. Jacob cuts him off. Samoan Spike. Ref gets in the ring now at this point as Cody just gets hit with a Samoan Spike. 1, 2, 3. This was huge. Solo pins the champion. Solo pins Cody Rhodes. I give this match a 7. Well built. I love how there was a double ref bump, and then they wake him up and throw him in the ring right when he was supposed to make the pin for the Bloodline. And you're putting over Solo huge here by pinning the biggest star of the night, Cody Rhodes. Randy Orton, of course, Kevin Owens in Canada. This was big. This was big for the New Bloodline, I think. I think the New Bloodline needed this win. Of course, they make them feel dominant, but in the eyes of the fans, if you're beating Randy, Kevin Owens, and pinning the world champion, that is actually big. And I think this is going to be Solo Sikoa, Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam. I think you're going to have Drew and Punk at SummerSlam. Will Cena have a match at SummerSlam? Maybe beating Austin Theory or something like that. I don't know. But this was a good show. I liked it a lot, and I hope you liked it as well. Let me know in the comments below. Fly high. I'm out.